tough judge there.
Hello there, and welcome to this first hole, par 3.
We will have those birdie putts
Put
for
that
you
tee
coming
shot
up in
close.
60 seconds.
4,000 miles or so west of St Andrews, you can find a replica of the Swilcan Bridge, housed in the World Golf Hall of Fame and Museum. The Hall of Fame is filled with stories of the game's greatest moments, championships, legends. Learn more about the Hall's 150 members through a variety of exhibits and artifacts. Plan your visit today to the World Golf Hall of Fame, where golf history lives.
This is Bo Hostler, and before qualifying for the FedEx Cup playoffs, my first season on the PGA Tour, before winning the Fred Haskins Award as the most outstanding collegiate golfer,
hit some
and before
sand
leading
here.
the U.S. Open as a 17-year-old high school amateur, I was wearing the tour visor from Imperial Headwear, which has been providing style and comfort since 1916. It doesn't get any better than the Imperial Life. Go ahead. Tee it up by visiting imperialsports.com and follow Imperial on Instagram or Twitter @ImperialHats.
It has been 4 straight pars for Ricky Fowler to start this second round. Now just inside 6 feet for birdie to go to 6 under par here at the 5th. Putting back into the breeze, back and through with the putter, ball up to the cup, and Ricky missed it. Takes his right hand, opens it up, points to the right. Ricky Fowler, a 3-putt par here at the 5th. He remains at 5 under.
Well, he was perfect yesterday from inside 10 feet, 16 of 16, but that streak's going to come to an end there with that 3-putt par at the 5th, so a frustrating 5 to say the least for Ricky Fowler, who remains 2 shots behind our leader, Joaquin Niemann.
The birdie run ended for Patrick Reed.
Not
at the
amazing,
11th, he was able to get up and
but you're
down
out of the bunker, so that's a good thing.
His ball moved off the green left. His pitch to 4.5 feet made the putt for par, so Patrick Reed continuing what has been the best round of the day, 5 under par and 6 under overall. Let's go back to Karn.
3 feet for birdie here at the 5th for Matt Kuchar to get back to 3 under, and that ball is dead center. Kuchar now 2 over in his round, 3 under for the tournament with a birdie here at 5.
Well, much needed birdie to say the least there for Matt Kuchar. Again, a double bogey at 2, bogey at 4, had him 3 over on the day, but gets something going back in the right direction there with a birdie at the 5th, Matt Kuchar.
Our leader, Joaquin Niemann, ready to play into the 5th. Let's go to Fred Albers.
Well, one of the new features that they added here is a bunker right in the middle of the 5th fairway, and Joaquin Niemann just short of that bunker. That bunker's 300 off the tee. Joaquin playing in from 207.
Starting off at 1 over.
Did not clear the gorge. That's a red line penalty area. That is a
okay,
huge
hole number
mistake.
2.
You have half
Let's see what you can do here.
of Hawaii to the left of this green. He put it right into the bunker. Now, one of the challenges of this hole is the sloping fairway from left to right. And Joaquin Niemann, with a wet lie beneath his feet, has put it into the penalty area. Now, coming off 3 straight bogeys, Justin Thomas needs something good. I'll tell you, that was a good swing onto the green, trying to check up. That's going to race out some 50 feet away, but that's going to be an eagle putt for Justin Thomas. He has bogeyed 3 straight holes, starting at the 2nd.
Well, a big mistake by our leader, Joaquin Niemann, coming up short there in the gorge in the penalty area. So now to wait and see if he can even find the golf ball. But
okay, so we
Joaquin
have about
Niemann,
115 yards thereabouts.
Justin Thomas now, after the slow start with the 3 bogeys in a row, looking to jump back with the big bird and the eagle here at the 5th.
Looks like he might have hit that a little heavy, and maybe why it came up short. He knew it immediately, Joaquin Niemann did, on the ball that did not clear the gorge. And meanwhile, for Justin Thomas to be on the surface and have an opportunity for eagle to move things back. Now it'll be interesting to see where he takes his drop here, John. He's got some options, correct?
He does have some options. He can go where the ball last crossed the penalty area and go back in line with that point in the flag.
And after that hole, your adjusted score is
he
even
can go up to
par.
where it crossed and drop it 2 club lengths from that point.
Okay, let's give her.
I guess he honestly could go back if he wanted to play from his original place, which that wouldn't make any sense at all. But those are his options.
Question would be, what would you do?
I like, it looked like he was going to go in the fairway, come back a distance to get a comfortable number. I like that because you'd be dropping it in the rough if you go up to where it crossed the margin and took your 2 club lengths. I think you go back as far as you want to, get a comfortable wedge number in your hand, take your drop and play from the fairway.
A hole that players have been taking advantage of, or seemingly when you drop your game plan on a round, you look to make at least a birdie on the 5th. Now he'll be hoping to save par and not lose any position.
Yeah, first real
Solid
signs
swing.
of trouble for the leader this week. We'll see what he can do at the 5th. Joaquin Niemann in 60 seconds.
If you missed the latest tournament broadcast on PGA Tour Radio, you're in luck.
Well, you could have worse lies. There are worse lies
PGA
on the
Tour
course than
Replay,
this.
the post-round show with
This one's in the
exclusive
first half.
highlights and interviews from the coverage, is available as a podcast. Just log on to pgatour.com/podcasts.
Cheesy crackers, this thing is getting interesting all of a sudden.
You can listen or download the podcasts there, or access them via iTunes, TuneIn, and Stitcher. Just visit pgatour.com/podcasts.
No other golf ball is made like a Titleist. See the
Nice
proof
swing.
for yourself at the renowned Titleist Ball Plant 3 in New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the all-new Pro V1 and Pro V1X. The tour is free and available to every Team Titleist member. After seeing
Okay,
the commitment to
that
excellence in
was
person,
fancy.
we think you'll agree
If you can
that
find
there's
a way to
difference
sink this
between a
next
golf
putt,
ball
you can really
and
take
the
some
number
strokes
one
off your
ball in
score.
golf. Make your reservation today. Visit Titleist.com.
Well, Joaquin Niemann in the process of taking his drop. It's a guesstimation where it last crossed into that penalty area, red line penalty area. They have guesstimated using the help of Justin Thomas and the caddies, and dropping from knee height, ball is in play. From outside of 200 yards, just short of a new bunker in the middle of the fairway, Joaquin Niemann did not get solid contact, lost the ball out to the right, fell into the gorge. So he is in and two, dropped 3.
All
Will
right,
be
sitting
hitting
at
his
1
fourth.
under
Remember,
after that hole. That's your
he
adjusted
has
score.
7 birdies over the course of
Nice solid birdie
his
on that
first
last
round,
hole.
start
We got
of the
another
second,
birdie in the works
and
here.
no bogeys, but will be challenged here. Playing his 4th across that same gorge that's already claimed one of his golf balls, that lands by the hole and takes a huge hop. Gets some spin on it to check and spin back, but it's still going to be a par putt, I would say outside of 20 feet.
Yeah, not surprising to see him take a little bit more of the safe shot there. I mean, he doesn't want to compound his mistakes and possibly try to get cute and come up short again. So Joaquin Niemann, our leader, challenged here at the 5th to save par with a long putt.
It is the first signs of adversity for him this week. Hit 17 of 18 greens in round 1, hit the first 4 today, and boy, there at the 5th, a big miss for him on one of the few scoring opportunities on the front nine. Joaquin Niemann, 7 under par. That lead obviously in some jeopardy now, Kevin.
At the 6th, Matt Wolff, 135 yards from the top of the hill down to the green. This is right at the flagstick, and this ball's going to land just short, and it's going to scare it. Oh, that somehow was going in the hole, that decided it got scared and jumped back to the front of the cup. It'll be a tap-in birdie for Matt Wolff. Wow, that can't believe it didn't fall in. Neither can he, but he'll move to 5 under par.
Yeah, pulled the string just too hard on that wedge shot for Matthew Wolff.
All right, solid approach shot. We can 2-putt from here for the bird.
Fred Albers.
Well, Justin Thomas has 3 bogeys and a birdie in this round. How about an eagle from just inside of 50 feet? Got to be mindful of the speed here. He's putting right back toward the gorge with the Pilolo Channel in the background. Down the slope, that ball tumbles, now turning to the left as it approaches the cup. Not going to go in. And Justin Thomas walks up. Little work left. 3.5 inside of 4 feet, and that will be for birdie for Justin Thomas.
Yeah, Justin Thomas came into the hole 3 shots behind, but with the mistake from Joaquin.
All right,
Niemann,
2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
Putt. Looks like JT's going to make birdie. Potential 2-shot
5th
swing
hole
to get Justin
coming
Thomas
up.
back to within 1 of the lead.
And right back to you again, Fred.
And from some 3 feet away, Justin Thomas has elected to finish the hole and not mark. So even though Joaquin Niemann is away, it is the right to continue playing for Justin Thomas here in stroke play competition, medal play. And for his 2nd birdie of the round, back through and into the cup. A 2-putt birdie for Justin Thomas. Breaks that bogey skid. He has 2 birdies and 3 bogeys today. He is back to 5.
All right, looking good so far.
Over in today's round.
Well, with that birdie, depending on what Niemann can do here, a chance maybe to make up even a further shot with Joaquin Niemann at 7 under. Patrick Reed already in the back.
Okay, we're sitting at around 110 yards to the pin.
-6, 1 shot back, and then Justin Thomas back into a tie now at 5 under par and 2 off the pace. Big par-saving putt coming up for Joaquin Niemann to try to avoid his first bogey of the week, Fred.
Well, in the catcher's position, Earl behind the golf ball, giving this one some serious concentration and examination. Had a good drive, perhaps a little conservative, laid up short of that bunker in the middle of the fairway, just shy of 300 yards, but from outside of 200, put it into.
Oh, you're getting there. You're getting there. In the rough, but we're close to the green.
Rolls this up, and that's fine. A little over-enthusiastic there. Certainly reaching to his pocket. That's going to be, at best, his first bogey of the week.
So he's at least going to drop into a share of the lead with Patrick Reed and JT Poston, who 3 under through 7 on his round at 6 under par, but still some work left to avoid dropping 2 shots on a hole and in position where he had to be staring birdie right in the eyes, and he's looking to possibly walk off the green with a double if he can't get this one to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's even bigger putt now coming up for him, Fred, to try to avoid dropping 2.
Earl, year in and out, this is the easiest hole during the course of competition. Now, there are no easy holes today, given the rain.
Okay,
and wind.
3 under. It's the adjusted score after that hole.
But still, bogey
here we go.
Really
Let's pop this in the fairway.
For the bogey, rolls that up and in, and I'd say that was every bit of 5 feet. Turns into a 2-putt bogey for Joaquin Niemann. Drops for the first time.
Yeah, his first bogey of the week comes on the easiest hole on the golf course. So Joaquin Niemann just, he's got a little journey around the gorge to the 6th tee. Gather your thoughts and regroup.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Sentry Tournament of Champions from the Plantation Course at Kapalua on the Hawaiian island of Maui. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update presented by Titleist.
This week, 65% of the field is relying on the speed, precision, and consistency of the Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. So a bogey in the easiest hole of the day and of the week so far. Joaquin Niemann drops one, first bogey of the entire tournament at the par 5 at the 5th. We have a 3-way tie for the lead. Niemann, Patrick Reed, a former champ, and JT Poston now all at 6 under par, so one back at 5 under, tied for 4th. Xander Schauffele, defending champ, 1 under through 7 today. Patrick Cantlay, Tyler Duncan, Matthew
doesn't look like it's on the fairway, but
through 6.
All right.
They're to -5. Ricky Fowler even today to stay at 5 under, and an up and down day for Justin Thomas. Birdie at 1, 3 bogeys in a row now. Birdie at 5. He's back to +1 on the day and 5 under for the week as well. Just 1 shot back. 4 under, just 1 player. It is the runner-up a couple of years ago, John Rahm. Even today through 6, he's still at 4 under, but now 2 off the pace.
There are 5 players at 3 under par, which is a tie for 11th. Dustin Johnson, 2 under on the round, thanks to an eagle at the 5th through 11 holes. He's 3 under par. Ryan Palmer, 1 under on the day through 9 holes.
Very nice. This one's for birdie.
2 under par through 9 holes and 3 under par overall. Lanto Griffin, 1 under the round, 3 under, and Matt Kuchar, 2 over par to move to 3 under.
Colin Morikawa, even par through 8 holes in his second round, 2 under par for the tournament, tied for 16th, along with our FedEx Cup points leader, Brendan Todd, even par through 8 as well, 2 under, tied for 16th. Paul Casey, 1 under through 14. He is even par, tied for 24th, along with Gary Woodland, also tied for 24th at even par, also even on the round through 13 holes.
Oh, how big a bogey is that for Joaquin Niemann? It is the only bogey of the day made at that par 5 at the 5th hole. A par 5 playing at a stroke average of 4.
Okay, 3 under. It's the adjusted score
today.
after that
so
hole.
Bogey there, you're losing 2 shots in the field.
So that green's
Joaquin
well
Niemann
below
just
us right
lost
now.
the
You
lead.
might
He's
need to
now
club down
co-leader
here.
-6.
Yeah, you just, it happens. The fairways are softer with the rains and the moisture we've had come down. So a little bit of a mishit there for Joaquin Niemann. Mistake at a costly time on a scoreable easy par 5, but still tied for the lead, 6 under par, 1 over par on his round so far today.
Yeah, so things tightening up with Niemann and Justin Thomas, the 1-2 on the leaderboard, both 1 under on their rounds, has kind of opened the door for 3-way tie for the lead now at -6, and 6 other players only 1 back, Kevin.
Patrick Reed, 4.5 feet, safe par at the 12th, and he pours that in from above the cup. It never left the center line of that after he ran his birdie attempt from 40 feet by. Patrick Reed remains 5 under in the round and 6 under par.
Yeah, good 2-putt there at the 12th. Putted from the front of the green a long ways downwind. The ball got away from him a little bit, but able to convert that short par putt and remain in a share of the lead.
Yeah, got a tough one coming up, 13, the par 4, 380. And then some opportunities, short par 4 at 14. There have been 6 birdies already there today. And the par 5 at 15, an eagle and a couple of birdies already. 18, we just had the final first group on the course coming through there now, so no posted scores yet at the par 5 and 18.
Okay, 3 under. It's the adjusted score after that hole.
On a tough day. He's going to have a chance to add to that coming in.
Coming off a par on the
like
last
said,
one. Let's see what happens here.
I mean, you're dealing with the best players in the world. I know it's tough conditions, and it's, the golf course is playing difficult, but there is always some player, a couple players that will figure out a way to get it done. Right now, Patrick Reed is one of those.
He has won this tournament before. Patrick Reed, past champion, his win in 2015. 21 under that week, won in a playoff over Jimmy Walker. And, of course, one of the playoff winners his past season on the PGA Tour. And a member of that President's Cup team, the winning team for the U.S.
Man, Justin Thomas, after the birdie at the 5th, here at the 6th, unleashing his tee shot, and that just hits at the top of the hill.
Ooh.
Looks like
all right, you might be able to take a good swing at this. This is not bad for being in the rough.
At the top of the hill in the fairway.
John Rahm at the 7th, but over the green with his approach. Now chips it up and caught some Bermuda rough, and it's heavy in the ball. Now it's coming back down the hill. Didn't make it up to the green, and he'll have a similar shot for his 4th to save par.
Tough shot there for John Rahm. Now our Joaquin Niemann, our co-leader here at the 6th with his tee shot, coming off the bogey at the par 5 5th hole, and his ball will too be at the top of the hill in the fairway in good position.
Well, good swing for him after a disappointing par 5, dropping one there to lose the outright lead. So order kind of restored for Joaquin Niemann, who had been nearly perfect hitting greens this week, and that one big mistake that he made with a shot in the ravine in the penalty area back at the par 5 has cost him the outright lead. One of 3 golfers now -6.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, and we were kind of wondering what the scores were going to be like today, and what these leaders were going to do.
3 under. It's the adjusted score after that hole.
Right now, they haven't done a whole lot. They've allowed some players like Patrick Reed,
it's time to send
Poston,
this ball on its way.
Who the hot players on the golf course to catch them and grab a share of the lead. So this leaderboard just getting bunched up as we go through this second round.
Well, here's the interesting thing now. We're the 17 holes that scores have been posted on right now, and the finishing holes in a par 5 at 18. Now, this may be about the great scoring on the par 5s, and certainly there have been some birdies made in the back 9. Right now, the scoring average is more than 3.5 shots under par at this point. Crazy, Kevin.
At the 15th hole, a par 5, Ches Reavie, who won the Travelers Championship back in 2019.
Okay, you're in the rough, but at least you aren't in the real deep stuff.
2, and the balls roll down and collect there. Well, Reavie able to pull out from the fairway bunker. Now he played it past the flag, came off of the rough on the hill, and rolled all the way, hitting the stick and going down. So it put Ches Reavie from 1 over to 1 under with that one shot.
There you go. There's all kinds of ways to get it done around the plantation course at Kapalua. Ches Reavie just with one of them there. Hit it long and bring it back.
Let's head out to Mark Carnevale now.
5 straight pars for Ricky Fowler. 3-putt back at the 5th for par, but outside 20 feet for birdie.
Well, looks 6. Like this may be in the deep stuff.
The right side, trying to turn left towards the hole. He didn't hit it hard enough.
Okay, the ball is sitting above your feet. Now, you're going to probably want to aim a little more to the right than you normally would.
And John Rahm at the 7th played his 4th up onto the surface and able to make a 10-footer for bogey for John Rahm. But the chip will cost Rahmbo as he'll drop to 3 under.
Yeah, made 1 bogey yesterday. That's his first bogey today. All pars until that point. So John Rahm drops back to 3 under par for the tournament.
Yeah, so 3 under, still in the mix, though, with the 3 co-leaders at -6, and then lurking just 1 shot back, tied for 4th, half a dozen players, including a former champ, Justin Thomas, Ricky
Now, that was a swing.
Even today, and Xander Schauffele, defending champ, looking to be in pretty good shape as he looks to repeat and go back-to-back. Last player to do that, Jeff Ogilvie.
Okay, we're putting from around 15 feet out.
2010. Before that, Stuart Appleby, remember, won 3 in a row at Kapalua, 2004, 2005, and 2006. Kevin, back to you.
Dustin Johnson at 12 for birdie from just inside of 20 feet, and the ball rolls up and trickles just by the right side. So DJ unable to convert, but he's playing solid golf today at 2 under par and 3 under overall.
He's cleaned up the mistakes so far today. Been a very steady day. Eagle at 5, and the rest are pars, and that's pretty good on a course that's playing tough.
And that's what I felt like Dustin Johnson needed. He needed a day like he's having right now. Yes, he's probably frustrated he's not a few more under par, but as you said, Earl, he's cleaned up the mistakes. He's playing a solid round of golf, and as tough as it is out here, he keeps up what he's doing. He's going to find himself at the top or near the top of the leaderboard by the end of the day.
And one thing I think we're seeing late in the day.
3 under. It's the adjusted score like after that hole.
2 par 5s at 15 and 18.
10th hole coming up here. Let's see what you can do.
At 14. There are a ton of scoring opportunities. You can get on a run coming in.
And Dustin Johnson knows that. I think that's the big thing for him is to just stay patient with it and let the round just sort of happen there at the end. That's where you can have some fireworks, you can make some birdies late. He knows that, just wants to get there and see if he can take advantage.
And we'll, see later in the day when we get more numbers in with scoring. Do not have any players posting yet at the par 5 at 18, but that back nine is playing more than a shot and a half under par. So the course right now is playing
can't
about
hit
2
all the
shots
fairways
under par. Explain that. Crazy, Kevin.
Patrick Reed at the 13th found the fairway bunker.
Pretty deep stuff here. Give it a good hack. Let's put it in the right direction.
Lands in the center of it. Quality shot. That is going to move up just past hole high left for Patrick Reed, inside of 20 feet above the hole for birdie look at the 13th.
And what a shot right there for Patrick Reed. That's the hardest hole on the back nine for sure, the 13th, especially from looked like the lip of the bunker there for Patrick Reed, but an incredible escape shot to set up a birdie.
Well, he's made a bunch of them today, and Patrick Reed now is going to have a great chance to take the outright lead. 72 in his opening round, 1 under start on Thursday, trying to get it to 6 under today. And again, by far, Patrick Reed, the best round of the day so far. But it seems like things are starting to open up a little bit as players get on the back nine. There are a lot of runs. That 14th hole I keep talking about, the par 4, only 306 today. 10 players
back on the fairway.
I
like it.
8 of the 10 have made birdies. The other 2 pars, so that's on top of the par 5s late at 15 and 16. Looks like 14 is kind of a must-make birdie today, too.
Yeah, and that whole location today at 14 in the back center of the green really gives the players a lot of options if they elect to try to drive it up on the green or around the green. A much easier, I think, hole location to get close to than yesterday where they had it right there in that front right corner. So part of the reasons we're seeing some better scoring today.
Okay, about an 18-footer here.
And 6 under now with the bogey by Joaquin Niemann. That lead coming back to the field a little bit. And boy, it's just where he made the bogey. An easy hole, the par 5 with the front nine, the 5th hole. Hit a good drive at the 6th, so he's playing his second left side of the fairway. That fairway bunker just in front of him. As Niemann, now a co-leader, plays in from 172, trying to ride some of the wind. He's walking up to the ridge to see where this ball lands, right side of the green. That's going to release back hole location. That's a nice shot inside 20 feet to about inside 20 feet for Joaquin Niemann. So right after the flag, took it on and hit a great shot and has a chance now to bounce right back.
Yeah, quality shot right there. One mistake you can't make is to go long there at the 6th, and Joaquin Niemann in great position.
He can
okay,
bounce right
3
back
under.
that
It's the
bogey at
adjusted
number 5
score after that hole.
Now Justin Thomas, just to the right of
hole
that bunker.
number 11.
Behind. Crossing down the name of this hole, crosswind, downhill. Misses the green on the left-hand side. Now, in past years, you could miss it on the left, and this green was so severely pitched that it would ramp back down onto the putting surface and end up below the hole. But perhaps because the fringe is wet, that stays right above the hole, maybe a yard off the putting surface, maybe some 30 feet or so above the cup.
Yeah, for Justin Thomas, who has not been sharp today, started like gangbusters right out of the gate, birdied 1 to tie for the lead. He has yet to make a par today. Birdie at 1, 3 bogeys, 2, 3, and 4, and coming off birdie at 5, Kevin.
Well, at the 8th hole, the par 3, JT Poston was unable to get up and down for
Unlucky.
par,
Unlucky.
So
okay, you are in the rough, and just so you know, you are deep down in the rough.
Par, so just 2 players now tied in the lead at 6 under, Patrick Reed and Joaquin Niemann.
Yeah, Niemann's got that putt coming up just outside 20 feet for the bounce back to get back in the lead for him coming up at 6. And just missing the green left, Justin Thomas going to face another up and down, and he's not scrambled well today. Missed those 3 greens where he made bogey. He's going to try to get up and down and at least make a par here to settle things down.
And it doesn't have an easy up and down at that. He's just short of pin high, but he's coming off the left side of the green, down the slope. There's a little ridge between him and the hole.
Could be in the rough
he's gonna
here.
have to contend with, and this putt can get away from him in a hurry if he's not careful. So it's been a little bit of a struggle so far to this point for Justin Thomas, and the challenge will continue here at the 6th.
And Patrick Reed, of course, on the back nine, well underway through 12. At the 13th, he's going to have a chance as well with Neiman at 6 under. Has a 22-footer. Patrick Reed's going to have one from about 12 feet to move to -7 himself. So really the story today has been Patrick Reed on a tear really from the get-go.
Yeah, just some incredible golf, in total control of his golf ball, making some putts. He was first in strokes gained yesterday. He's leading the field again today. So you couple good putting with hitting quality golf shots, not surprising to see a player at the top of the leaderboard, and Patrick Reed right now in a co-lead.
Okay, 3 under. See adjusted score after that hole.
Story today. Look, it's Maui. It's still gorgeous. It's golf
all right.
paradise, but
Let's let it rip.
Squalls of heavy rain really throughout the day from when the players got on the course, so it's made the conditions wet. There's still some standing water in some of the fairways at different points, but play has continued through all this. It's kind of made patience a virtue today, but it certainly has changed the course, playing soft, at least in the fairways. The greens are still firm. These putting surfaces all regrassed as the entire course was during the 9-month refinement leading into this tournament. And today, the higher winds with gusts 30, 35 miles an hour so far today, and that's going to keep up throughout the entire week.
That's going to have to hit something.
As you said, Earl, if you came in and you could shoot under par today, you'd have to feel pretty good about your performance, and that's exactly what we're seeing. I mean, some of these players, these leaders, haven't really been able to do anything. Patrick Reed is having the hot round, which has found himself now at the top of the leaderboard. So these guys that started, 1, 2, 3 under par, a few shots or so back of the lead, they found themselves now right in the middle of the golf tournament.
Patrick Reed at the 13th, 12 feet for birdie. Stroke on the way to the cup, looking good, and down it goes, just in the right side and falling to the bottom. With that birdie, Patrick Reed now grabs the solo lead at 7 under par. He is 6 under on the round through 13 holes.
Yeah, wow, what an escape there at 13. I mean, that is like a skin there at the 13th today, making birdie from that bunker. What a steal.
Well, so things change quickly. Joaquin Neiman had the lead, hit his second shot in the hazard at 5, lost the lead.
3 under. The adjusted score after that hole.
Well, Justin Thomas has struggled with his chipping.
Here we
he
go.
Is 0 for 3, just off the green, 38 feet away from the cup at the par 4-6. He's in a closely mown area, so he was able to lift clean and place. Could chip this, has decided to use putter. Has maybe a yard of fringe to go through before he hits the green that runs away. Onto the putting surface, over the ledge. Flagstick in, unattended, running this out. Speed is okay, but wide to the left-hand side. Maybe 3 feet remaining for a one-putt par for Justin Thomas to remain at 5 under.
Yeah, it looked like that putt fooled Justin a little bit. He thought it was going to be much faster than it was.
Good.
But,
okay, the ball is sitting below your feet, so while you're aiming this, keep that in mind.
Salvage his par.
It would be his first one today for Justin Thomas, who Fred mentioned has not scrambled well with 3 greens. He has missed. He's walked away with bogeys after a birdie start today. Had to share the lead very quickly as that group got underway, and has not really sniffed the lead since after those 3 bogeys, Fred.
Earl, I have this cross grain. This ball should leak out to the left-hand side. 23 feet for a bounce-back birdie for Joaquin Neiman. Strokes it, rolling, now approaching the cup. That's going to come up light and just short. That'll be a 2-putt par for Joaquin Neiman. I always keep in mind where the very tip of Molokai is. That's the island right across the channel from Maui. For the most part, the grain of these Bermuda greens grow toward the tip of Molokai.
Well, and the golf course, Plantation Course in Kapalua, on the northwest tip of Maui.
No good.
The present in the distance, Molokai, just across the channel, and obviously, Joaquin Neiman didn't quite read that one right. A little frustrated with the miss, so he's going to have to settle for a par there. And Joaquin Neiman's lost the lead to Patrick Reed, who's now out in front by himself at 7 under.
Yeah, the speed of the greens, I believe, has slowed down just a little bit with the rain and the moisture on them. So these players now leaving some of these putts short, but I think yesterday they would have gotten to the hole no problem.
Back to Fred.
putting right into the grain. Justin Thomas makes that one home. And a nice one-putt par for Justin Thomas. Finally
38
gets up
feet
and down after
separates
missing the
you
green. That's a nice
and the hole.
confidence builder for JT.
I hope you
He remains
have
one
fun with
over
this.
today, 5 under for the week. We are headed to Molokai. No, not the island, the golf hole. Par 4, 7th up next.
And a change atop the leaderboard in the last few minutes. Patrick Reed makes another birdie, 6th of the day at 13. He is 6 under for the round and now at -7. Former champ Patrick Reed has a one-shot lead as PGA Tour radio coverage of the opening event of the calendar year continues. Round number 2 of the Sentry Tournament of Champions.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. And we give you this magic music, which will inspire the perfect hire to begin clog dancing. Okay, there's no magic music, but skills tests. That's
okay,
for sure.
3 under. The adjusted score after that hole.
Shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site.
Okay, it's time to send this ball on its way.
Indeed.com/hire and try skills tests for free. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for a better way to start your day? Wake up with the Morning Men on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Evan Cohen and Mike Babchick bring you sports talk from a guy's perspective and break down the hottest stories in sports and entertainment. The guys react to all the late-breaking news from the night before and take your calls all morning long. It's a great way to start your day. Have fun with the Morning Men. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82. Presented by Geico. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Looks like you'll be in the short stuff here.
Today's horoscope brought to you by Geico.
Capricorns, today is a perfect day for romance and fun-filled activities.
I'd say
with your
it's about
partner.
120 yards or so to the pin from here.
Shopping for car insurance. Luckily, you'll find that switching to Geico could save you hundreds of dollars a year. You'll keep this day of romance going at the hardware store by arguing for half an hour over the color of your backsplash. Love is indeed in the air, Capricorns.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Boy, I love golf. So
you dipping tobacco? That stuff can kill you.
Relax. This is Jake's Mint Chew. It's made from high-quality mint, has no tobacco, no nicotine, and tastes great.
I've been trying to get my dad to quit.
Then go to jakesmintchew.com and order him some. Jake's Mint Chew really helped me. What? I said go to jakesmintchew.com and order some.
Go to jakesmintchew.com now. Chew healthy, chew mint. Available in long cut or pouches. Try some today.
Well, the locals say Maui Noka Oi, which means Maui is the best. The weather, not very Noka Oi today. It's not been the best. Some showers popping up from time to time. Some heavy rains, but we played through it. Some tough conditions with the wind. Patrick Reed, though, making it look easy. He's the leader now, -7. Mark Carnival.
At the downhill par 4, 7th for you, Fowler.
All right, 2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
To the back left hole location, wind helping.
15th hole
right.
coming up.
Fowler needs to land this middle of the green and let the ball chase back there. Cannot fly this ball all the way back to the flagstick. Fowler even on his round, 5 under for the tournament. Makes contact, trying to control the flight of this. He's trying to land it well short of the flag. Now work over a ridge, and that's going to chase down towards the hole, and that's going to be really nice. That's working out to the right, now back to the left. Oh, very nice for Ricky Fowler. Inside 10 feet for birdie, maybe even 6 feet. Fowler trying to get the 6 under par here at 7.
Yeah, and Ricky's been steady today on what has been a tough day for some. Bunch of pars early for him. 6 straight pars and made 6 birdies yesterday,
nice.
Shooting 5 under par.
For the bird.
Holding his own, though, with that lead not getting away. Still 7 under, but now it's Patrick Reed at -7. He is 6 under on the round today. So Patrick Reed has made up a bunch of ground with by far what has been the best round of the day so far. 6 under form. Made a bunch of putts, made a bunch of birdies, and a former champ now is the guy they're all chasing, Kevin.
The 14th hole, 306 yards today, slightly uphill. Patrick Reed has driver out, and he has a little truncated swing, cutting it off at the top. A little helicopter move there that sends it up the left side, and the ball will hop just into the intermediate rough. Good position, good angle to play over the bunker onto the green to a center hole location.
And Reed in front, thanks to
all right, 2 under is your adjusted score after that hole.
Second hole at the Second shot, the easy par 5.
Okay, let's put this ball out there.
Of the day by far. He put one in the penalty area, could not recover, and made his only bogey of the week. So Joaquin Niemann, that first drop shot is yet to make a birdie today. Had 7 of them yesterday, 4 in the front 9, 3 on the back 9. That picked up that mistake at 5. The difference right now in round 2 with Patrick Reed, the former Masters champion, in front, 7 under par, with Niemann now 1 back. And some big names lurking. Xander Schauffele, defending champ, tied for 3rd, 5 under par. Ricky Fowler is sitting there at 5 under as well. And despite an up-and-down day for Justin Thomas, 2 birdies, 3 bogeys. Former champ, the winner in 2017, a 1-over round, but he's hanging in there also. One of those at 5 under, just 2 back.
Well, the one thing they all know, Earl, is there's a lot of golf to be played here. Not only today for Ricky Fowler and company, but for the entire field over the next 2.5 days. Let's go to Mark Carnevale.
After a beautiful approach here at 7, Ricky Fowler 7 feet for birdie. 6 straight pars. This ball starts to the right side, and it stayed to the right. And that was the traditional stroke you'd see from Ricky as he points left with the putter. It did not go left, so another par for Ricky Fowler. This one here at 7. He remains at 5 under.
Yeah, really today on what has been a difficult day for
all right,
players.
looking at 150 yards-ish.
Fowler has not been able to break the seal yet on a birdie on the front 9. Still, though, front 9 today playing only about a third of a shot under par. The back 9 quite a bit easier, playing nearly a full shot under par. So that's where you get the runs late in the day. Short par 4 at 14, which has given up a bunch of birdies. The par 5 at 15. There's been an eagle and 2 birdies there. There's been a hole out at 17.
All right, you're on the green. Okay, let's see what you can do with his 8-footer.
So, some late-day runs, which we saw a bunch of in round number 1. We could see a bunch of them again today. That's where a lot of rounds came together. Heck, for Justin Thomas, it came together late yesterday. It was only 1 under until he birdied 5 of his last 8 to get within 1. Birdied the first hole today to quickly tie for the lead, and it's all about those late-day runs, it looks like, again on the back 9, Kevin.
Yeah, the back 9 is where you can you make up some ground. Holes 10, 12, 13 today with that back center hole.
Okay, 3 under. See adjusted score after that hole.
There, 14 if you can get the ball close to the green.
All right, let's let her rip.
Bunkers, and then, of course, you have the par 5 15th, and you're closing with 18 a par 5 downhill. So there are scoring opportunities on the inward 9 here. It's about keeping yourself in position and avoiding the bogeys at 6, 7, and 8.
And taking advantage of the par 5s. You certainly want to do that, and that's kind of the big head-scratcher for Joaquin Niemann today. Such a great week so far for him, one of the 15 first-timers, and that one mistake that he makes is at a scoring hole, the par 5 at the 5th, and again today, the only bogey of the day made at the 5th hole, 25 birdies, 2 eagles, and just the 1 bogey, and that was from Joaquin Niemann, and that right now, as they're still on the front 9, that final group, he and Justin Thomas still the difference, at least so far, on a Friday in this golf tournament, with Niemann now 1 back and Patrick Reed now in front at 7 under par. Let's get back down to that final group. Fred Alberts, back to you.
I don't want to pay too much attention to the leaderboard at this juncture of the round or the championship because it is so volatile with the weather, the high winds, the rain squalls that move in. Something curious about Joaquin. He banged driver, he told me, on 15 holes in the opening round. He said the fairways are so wide I can just go ahead and swing free.
All right, we're in the first cut here. Let's chip this bad boy on the green.
Today he's been a little more conservative off the tee. This was a layup off the tee at the 7th hole. Now it's a lengthy par 4, 522 yards, but it is downhill, downwind. And playing preferred lie is, of course, a premium to put the ball in the fairway because you can improve your lie, lift clean, and place. We'll see if this pays out. Justin Thomas just banged the cream cheese out of his driver. He may just have a short iron in. Joaquin Niemann considerably further back.
See if we can save par here. That would be nice.
And he plays away. A big divot slaps back in his face thanks to the wind. This lands in the middle of the green. Settle down, Sally. Not going to do it. To the edge of the green. Stay there, and it will. So he is just off the putting surface, maybe 20 feet away. That ball goes another 5 feet. It catches the downslope in the fringe and tumbles maybe 20 yards away.
Over at 14, the leader, Patrick Reed, 7 under par, 43 yards.
Nice putt. We're in the hole. Good stuff.
He does. Lands in the center, and that takes a hard 2 hops over.
Okay, 3 under.
Flag
It's the
stick,
adjusted
but there's
score
the
after
green
that
to
hole.
Bring it back here. So now it's on the downslope, creeping back.
Coming off a par on the last one. Let's see what happens here.
5 feet, Patrick Reed staring at a great look for birdie at the 14th and a chance to go 8 under.
Well, he got on a birdie run this section of the course yesterday. He made 4 in a row, 12 through 15 coming in. He was 2 over par through 11, and that salvages round. He's trying to do it again. Xander Schauffele, meanwhile, some applause for the defending champion. Knocked in a short birdie putt, so he is now at 2 under at the turn. And Xander Schauffele lurking just 1 shot back, -6, tied for second, Fred.
Well, a few years ago, this was the first tournament of the PGA Tour.
Heading for the green here.
Champions, and occasionally celebrities would come through and announce the first tee. And Vin Scully was here one year. It was a great thrill for me. Any broadcaster.
All right, 25-footer from here to the cup.
Vin and his voice would stand on the first tee and introduce the players. He was a longtime golf commentator for the networks. Now, Justin Thomas stands into his drive out here. Big drive, bold drive off the tee. Let's see if it pays off, getting it tight to the flagstick. Starts this out with a draw to a left-hand hole location. Trying to ride the wind. That lands just on the front surface of the green. Catches the slope and rolls on up. This looks like a good shot to me. Yeah, it is. That's going to be 10, 15 feet away. That's going to be very, very makeable for Justin Thomas. Going back to Vin Scully. I got to talk with him for a little bit, and he told me about breaking
4 under today at the end of the round for your adjusted score. That's great work.
He goes up to Red Barber, the old
good job out there. 4 under at the end of your round.
And he said, the redhead looked at me, sized me up, and he said, maybe I can get you to do a